Velocity TV begins now.
And your source for esports racing is alive. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network, alive tonight in Rossburg, Ohio at the Eldora Speedway. And it's been such a long time we've been out here to Eldora. Great to be out here tonight with the gang over here at Throttle Motorsports. They've got a 5-race challenge series in the Street Stocks going on, and we're going to pick this up in week number 3. So the last 3 races of the challenge will be live right here on your source for esports racing, live tonight via Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. Phil LaCasse here, along with Jack Truin, the Phil and Jack Attack out for a Friday night matinee of Full Velocity TV, and really glad you guys have tuned in tonight. Really cool to come out here this evening. Throttle Motorsports, gotta thank their sponsor for this great event. Stupid Fresh Graphics, Mr. Gary Gilmore, thank him a lot. Check them guys out over at Stupid Fresh Graphics. Also gotta thank our sponsors here live on the network. Gotta thank Head Over Record Service and iRacing, iFlag, Foils Trucking, BladeNode.com, South Texas Speedway, Montstar Productions, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Crash Panda Graphics, Evil One Graphics, and Full Throttle with the Gent as we get ready to go racing here tonight. Looks like we got one lone heat race on the docket with all 9 cars in the field. 10 laps going to be the distance. Let's take you through our Boyles Trucking starting lineup. On the pole will be car number 61. That is Josh Peacock, and alongside the number 10, that is Davey Lamont. In row number 2, aboard car number 86, that's D-Fed, Derek Fedgenhauer, with the Evil One himself aboard car number 21, Jim Revis on the outside of row 2. Stephen Gregory rolls off tonight from position 5 aboard car 35, with the number 8 this evening being piloted by Caleb Ramsey. Alex Cummings rolls off next on the 631. David Coots and Marvin Coots aboard the number 19 and 13 respectively make up our 9-car field here for our lone heat race tonight. Great to have these guys out. Thank David Coots and all the gang over here, Davey Lamont, for the use of the team speak tonight with these guys. And let's have a good night of racing out here at Eldora. 35 laps going to be the feature, but we got qualifying race here, heat race on the docket right now. We're through lap number 1 around this awesome half mile. The house that Earl built and Tony now owns. Josh Peacock leads the field off of turn number 2 and down the back stretch into 3 down to complete lap number 2. And familiar name out there with that number 61 sitting tonight's Hard Motorsports quick time. Did Josh Peacock with a blistering lap of 20.104. He was also fastest in practice here tonight, 20.040. The only driver really come close to hitting that 19-second barrier aboard that number 61 of Josh Peacock. Good race going on for that second spot between Derek Fedgenhauer's number 86, Davey Lamont, and that number 10. Davey, a guy we haven't seen a whole lot of here on the network. Really good to have 10 car out with us here this evening as we work off turn number 3 and 4. Peacock continuing to lead. Lamont in for second. Jim Revis running there, I believe that 3rd or 4th spot with the number 86, Fedgenhauer, and Revis up the 3rd, Fedgenhauer 4th, Caleb Ramsey, and the number 8 here this evening. Usually see Caleb out there in the 13, but Caleb out here at Throttle tonight aboard car number 8, currently running in the 5th spot. Still Josh Peacock as they head down the back stretch into turn number 3, going to be halfway home this time by 5 in and 5 to go for that driver of car number 61, Bulletproof Motorsports, and they are bulletproof out there so far tonight. Josh leading the field. Davey Lamont going to take a peek down to the low side now through turns number 1 and 2. Jim Revis is to the outside lane, as we've known Eldora to kind of be here in recent times, more high side dominant than anything else, but Revis up to the high side of Lamont off the corner. We'll see who it's going to be in that battle. Looks like Jim going to battle with the prevail on the outside That may open the door for Fetkenhauer in the top lane to follow his way around aboard car 86. He's to the top shelf of that number 10 of Davey Lamont. Davey dropped kick down low. Once upon a time, racing for the race lead with Josh Peacock. Now he may fall out of the top three altogether here aboard car number 10. He keeps dancing down to the inside part of the racetrack. Fetkenhauer up high there, battling. Revis up ahead, the number 21, that white and red machine, the Evo 1 graphics machine, currently running in position number 2, but it's all number 61 of Josh Peacock, who this time through turns number 3 and 4 is going to see 2 to go for the starter stand. 2 more trips around the half mile here in Rossburg, Ohio for the number 61. Joshua Peacock leading him down into turn number 3 and 4 this time, and next time by, he will see the white flag on the field. It'll be one more time around. This awesome, legendary half mile, big race held here a couple of nights ago in the sprint car world. Brad Sweet picked up $175,000. That's a good payday for a good night, but Peacock going to take a white flag this time by as he works through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Jim Revis with 21. Jim going to make one more last-ditch effort here down to the low side, over in 3 and 4. Look to picking up the race win here in our qualifying race this evening, off 3 and 4. For the final time, Josh Peacock going to hold on and take down the win. Jim Revis going to finish up second. Davey Lamont going to get third over Derek Fetkenhauer and Caleb Ramsey. Stephen Gregory, Alex Cummings, David Coots, and Marvin Coots rounding out our 9-car field for our heat racing action here tonight. So before we get a 35-lap event underway for our feature event here this evening, what do you say we take this thing, we throw it trackside? Let's pay honor to this great nation in the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rough stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red bells bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
All right, back here live at the Eldora Speedway on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network, coming to you live tonight via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Adam Lakey, thank you out there, buddy, for the 200 stars donations. Good to see Frank Gonzalez, Jacob Laston are out there as well. What do you say we go through our Voiles Trucking starting lineup for a 35-lap main event here at the legendary half-mile Eldora Speedway? On the pole tonight aboard car number 61 will be Josh Peacock, and alongside the number 21 is Jim Revis, the evil one. Row number 2 aboard the number 10, that is Davey Lamont, and the number 86 of Derek Fetkenhauer rolls off on the outside of row number 2. The number 8 rolls off in position number 5. That is Caleb Ramsey with the number 35 of Stephen Gregory on the outside of row number 3. Fourth row on the inside, car number 631 of Alex Cummings. That's a guy I expect to come through the field to make something happen. And alongside of Alex, aboard the number 19, it's our buddy David Coots. And along rolling shotgun on the field, I should say, 9th starting position, a row all by his lonesome aboard car number 13, Marvin Coots. Good to see Martin out there on the airwaves. I believe it's the first time we have called that name out here on the network. So welcome to Marvin. What do you say we get ready to rock and roll here tonight live at the Eldora Speedway? This is going to be a lot of fun. 35 laps around is going to go by like a blink of an eye, and just like it should do on a Friday night. If you're not out there supporting local short track racing, well, you're going to see some of the finest right now here on Full Velocity. The field working its way through turns number 3 and 4. iRacing.com safety truck is made its way pit side. What do you say? We go iRacing, I-flag, green flag up in the air for the first time tonight in our feature event. Josh Peacock going to lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2, but look at already off the inside, Davey Lamont, the number 10, just like we saw him in the heat race. He's going to try to go down there and a wall by his lonesome to see if he can't make it happen. Down low, Peacock going to lead. Now Revis going to take a peek a little bit underneath the 61 off turn number 4, but he'll fall back in line, making contact with the outside wall. Checks up the 86 of Feckenhauer. They help the 10 car of Lamont get back straight, but we're going to slow the field down because we have yellow on the racetrack. First yellow flag of the night here live on your source for esports racing, brought to you by Hanover Wrecker Service. All yellow flags here brought to you by Hanover. Gonna thank those guys over there. And a replay here presented by BladeNo.com, and I believe it's gonna show the 631 of Alex Cummings get involved in something. And we'll see if I know Jack's gonna take a look back at it, show you guys off probably before I even get back here to see it, but probably a little bit of contact between Alex Cummings as he definitely went around and got to see where I was. 35 of Stephen Gregory, looks like, got into the side of Caleb Ramsey, who was out there. He's in his normal 13. And that got the 630 up, down. Yeah, there it is. 35 down into the 631. And Alex Cummings going around. First caution flag of the night. Thank those guys at BladeNo.com for being our caution flag sponsors. Got to thank, of course, Hanover Wrecker Service, our official caution flag sponsor, and our official green flag sponsors every night. Our buddy Jeff Brown over at iRacing, iFlag.com. I want to say hey to Willie Whitaker out there watching. Really cool to see you out there. As he says, let's go Evil Outlaws. That's a league I don't know an awful lot about, and I'd like to hear a whole lot more of. I know it's kind of a relatively new league. I hear doing a lot of great things. A lot of our buddies from DWR have been speaking awfully high of it. Todd, I know, was pretty connected to that group as well. So love to hear more about the Evil Outlaw gang. They sound like a lot of fun. Hopefully one day you'll get Full Velocity over there. Well, we'll see what you guys are all about. We'd love to do so. We'll cover anybody we possibly can if it fits on the schedule. And if you want to book us or even look at what we're up to, you can check us out at our all-new website, our home, FullVelocityTV.com, which you can find our event calendar, ways to book us, how to become a sponsor, or even something as small as a contributor, just like Adam did out there tonight via his stars donation there, 200 stars. They help us do a lot of great things on the network. As off turn number 4, what do you say we go back iRacing, iFlag, green flag. Josh Peacock going to lead the field down off at a turn number 1, Jim Revis, and now Davey Lamont. Derek Feckenhauer's number 86. He's going to go the extreme low side, make it 3 and now almost 4 wide off the corner as Caleb Reeves is there. Oh, look who's loose. Davey Lamont's around, stacking him up over here in turns number 3 and 4. Going to put us back under the head of a Wrecker Service caution flag. Yellow for the second time now, right on lap number 6. And don't care if it's a small crowd. These guys will race hard. You see it right there. Davey Lamont, Stephen Gregory getting together. Ping pong ball was the number 10 car as he got sent around. And those guys came off the corner 4 wide. I was kind of thought that was a little bit sketchy, and they yeeted and they skeeted, and around went the 10 car. Yellow flag number 2, replays as said. Brought to you by BladeNo.com. And if you guys out there need a hosting for a great website, how about maybe a VPS server? How about even go one step further with a dedicated server? Go big time on it. Well, look no further than our friends at BladeNo.com. And if you go over there today and use promo code FDRN, you will get 25% off your first month or yearly subscription. So once again, check them out, BladeNo.com. And thank Vlad and Sam over there for all the support they give us. And, of course, all you guys out there watching tonight via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. A great crowd out there for a Friday night. We are very, very thankful for that. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what these guys do, working lap number 8 under the yellow flag, second one of the night. And Hoping to see some green flag racing. Want to see who's got the better car here. We know Josh Peacock was really good in qualifying in the opening practice and put on a pretty good clinic in the heat race there. But guys like now Derek Fedkenhauer up to second, Jim Revis back there in third. We know Davey Lamont was good here in qualifying. He's going to restart back in the 7th position. So look for that number 10 car to probably be a little bit exciting to watch here as we go back. I believe green flag this coming time off turn number 3 and 4. Safety truck going to make its way onto pit lane. And what do you say? We go iRacing, I flag, green flag back up in the air, as now it's going to be the 61 of Josh Peacock leading him down to the corner. Jim Revis going to take a peek to the low side immediately under Derek Fedkenhauer off of turn number 2. He'll have to fall back in line. I think that's we know Eldora to be right now in the simulation, and we're praying to God with the release upcoming of the Fairbury Speedway that maybe they have found something with these cushions up high on these tighter racetracks. Maybe we go up there and race and maybe get more raceable grooves down on the low side through the middle and see how these things go, because Eldora, one of the best racetracks out there in the country, for whatever reason, especially out there in the street stocks, everything right now seems to go up to a top lane of the racetrack. Going to be some tough sledding here. And that is one tough customer up front with that number 61 of Josh Peacock going to lead them this time off of turn number 3 and 4, completing a lap number 12 of a 35-lap main event here tonight. You got Fedkenhauer there for second, Revis back there in third, Caleb Ramsey. It said 8 in my server, but that is Caleb Samilli, number 13 out on the racetrack. Caleb out there running in that 4th spot. And you look back to 5th, and that is where you find that 631 of Alex Cummings starting to make his way back forward, as is Davey Lamont, the number 10, trying to make it happen for the back of the field. He's got some work to do as we're getting toward the middle stage of this one. 13 laps of 35 on the board. Peacock leading last time by about 2 car lengths over Derek Fedkenhauer, who is stalking his prey on the top lane. A little bit of gap there back to a 21 of Jim Revis, about 5 car lengths, as Fedkenhauer making a little bit of love with the outside wall, and I guess that's something not too uncommon here at the Eldora Speedway, working out through the west end of the speedway in turns number 3 and 4. Peacock has that thing glued up top. Fedkenhauer going to follow in tow. Revis back there in third. Ramsey and Cummings are top 5. Davey Lamont has now worked his way up to the 6th spot over Stephen Gregory. David Coots, Marvin Coots running back there about 8 seconds off the pace, but out there Marvin logging laps, getting experience out there, and probably having a lot of fun doing it. And it's something I'd like to go out there and do here eventually in these street stocks, is go out there and try my hand, knowing full well I'm not going to be any good, but I just want to see how I haven't been out there in probably about a year and a half, so wondering how this build kind of reacts, wonder what I could do with them. Probably not a very good thing. That's why they stick me up here in the booth, make me talk about these great races. That's what I enjoy doing. Hope you guys enjoy what we do here. It's been a big week here in the iRacing simulations. We saw yesterday the debut of iRacing with the Peak 83 series over on NBCSN. That was a cool deal, and hoping we can bring the dirt to life here one of these days on one of these great networks. Show off some of the absolute best racing you're going to find. I don't care in the real world or on the online sim racing circuit in esports. This is awesome out here to do in iRacing. Peacock making a little bit of tap with the outside wall this time through turn number 2, and that may be enough for Derek Fedkenhauer to maybe make a run at it. Well, maybe not. Thought he was going to have the run over there, but I guess he's just for the time being running there in line. Jim Revis sitting there a distant third. Good race going on back here for the 4th spot between Caleb Ramsey's number 13, Alex Cummings, and that red and black number 631. Alex going to take a peek to the low side of the speedway as we got a blinker, and we have one up in the wall with a savage hit over in the back straightaway. Still staying green here, not exactly sure how, and now yellow flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the racetrack, and I believe this one may be because of the guy that they have coined over here as blinking. And that's going to be a guess on my part, but I believe it was a black car I seen taking a wild ride. I believe that to be the number 35 of Stephen Gregory. He got to the side of Davey Lamont in the 10. Those two guys were talking a lot of smack before the race, and right there, Stephen gave him a little smack, and Davey Lamont's number 10 car went for a pretty good ride there as well. So third yellow flag of the night, brought to you by Hannibal Record Service, now working on lap number 21 under the caution flag. And I'll tell you guys about another one of our very great sponsors out there. Got to thank Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking. They do so much for us here behind the scenes, not only with full velocity racing network operation, but so much, critical in part is what we do out there today in NR 2003. Yes, that old game is still out there. We still broadcast from time to time, a place I still call home, do all my racing at pretty much, but you got to check out Brian and Kathy Voiles at Voiles Trucking, doing commercial freight transfers and truck leasing. They say no job is too big or too small. Located in Beebe, Arkansas, but they'll work with you wherever you may be. Check them out today over at Voiles Trucking. They are great people, great folks, and hope you guys will check them out. Also going to say thank you to Gary over at Stupid Fresh Graphics, the sponsor here tonight for the gang at the Max Throttle Motorsports gang. And not really a league. They put together this 5-race street stock challenge. We're picking up this great series in week number 3. And we'll take the last 3 races out tonight. In the next 2 weeks, we'll be out here live on Friday night, take this to the conclusion. And then I guess we'll wait and see what David and the gang decide to do with the fall, if they start a league or if they just keep doing a little challenge series like this from time to time. And if they'll have us back, we'd love to come back and cover it here, because that's what we do on our home and our source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Networks. We're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing here at Eldora on lap number 23. Josh Peacock going to lead the field off the corner. One down, Derek Fedkenhauer. We're going to start alongside. Look at Jim Revis on number 21. He was that second car on the inside lane. Does he have a run? Does Derek Fedkenhauer take the high side away from Josh Peacock? We're about to wait and see. Through turns number 3 and 4, is he going to put that thing out against the wall, and he may win a drag race off the corner. New race leader tonight, Eldora, car number 86 of Derek Fedkenhauer. Oh, makes some contact with the wall. We almost had off on 2 wheels on the wall. We almost had what Todd would call a leader. We almost had a leader out here tonight, but he somehow kept that thing going. And now it's Jim Revis looking to the low side of Peacock for the race, lead off of 4. Somehow, someway, these guys have held on, and this is 3 of the very best out there in the street stocks. Taking it away as Peacock once again makes some love to the outside wall. Maybe have to get him a room here with all that contact out there. Revis holding on for second. Fedkenhauer Fedkenhauer running in the 3rd spot. Caleb Ramsey 4th. Ramsey now up to 3rd. Somehow stuck the 13 car in there. And see where that one came from. Let me put the camera over there on the 13 as he stuck around the 86 of Fedkenhauer. Derek made a big hit to the outside wall. Gotta think that probably hurt the race car a little bit. Is now off into turn number 3 and 4. Josh Peacock gonna complete lap number 27. Is having one hell of a run here tonight at the Eldora Speedway. Thought Fedkenhauer had maybe a bid that may have ultimately been for the race win, but Derek into the outside wall, and they're still over there, bouncing off each other, and at least somebody may have just about went around over there off the exit of turn 2. 631 of Alex Cummings, believe, went around. We're staying green for the time being. Peacock once again going to lead. Revis in there for 2. Caleb Ramsey running in 3rd. I thought Caleb had a notion for a second to take a peek to the low side of Revis, but the inside is just so godforsakenly tough to run here right now. And for guys that are out there that are iRacers and are sim racers that know this dirt stuff more than I do, maybe know the street stocks better than I do, what is up with the Eldora Speedway? When this track first came out, this thing was probably the best racetrack out there, and as time has went by, the quality of the racing has been superiorly downhill. We've got a lot of single file racing up high, and I kind of wonder why that is, and hopefully these guys can get this thing corrected here for the September build that we're all anticipating, and maybe put Eldora back to the most raciest racetrack out in iRacing, as it probably deserves to be. Man, love this place. So many great races have won here over the years. The mecca of not the mecca of sprint car racing, but pretty dang high up there when you get the things like the King's Royal done out here at Eldora. And all that great stuff. But we're going to mix up for the race lead. We got Revis and Peacock going at it up front, and we threw a slagger there for a second. I saw Dakota by 21 went to the inside on the 61. Josh came this right on back up through 61. Going to go back to the race lead as we're running down on laps here this time. We turn number 3 and 4, completing lap number 32. So 3 laps remaining here tonight. Eldora. Revis trying to slide back up the racetrack. This is a pretty good little sorts of fisticuffs here. We know these guys from DWR. They do this on Wednesday and Sunday night with part of DWR Wednesday night street fight. So a Sunday shootout. 2 of the very best out there going toe-to-toe for the race win this time off of turn number 4. 2 to go of a starter stand. 2 sticks down for the driver of car number 61. Josh Peacock, can he hold off Jim Revis for maybe 1 more mile or less? Revis going to take the lead off of turn number 2. Josh going to fire back to the inside, put the burgers the steak, the chicken, the ribs, whatever on hold. Throwing sliders tonight here at the Eldora Speedway as we go white flag on the Speedway. One more trip around for the driver of car number 61. It is Peacock versus Revis. They are going to duke it out for tonight's win here in Eldora off of turn number 2 for the final time. Revis almost up on two wheels now. He goes around. Oh no! In the 3 and 4, checkered flag coming out. Josh Peacock going to pick up the win. Round number 3 of the Max Throttle Motorsports Series. Caleb Ramsey going to finish up second. Davey Lamont capitalize on that spin. Davey will grab third. Alex Cummings in for fourth. Stephen Gregory grabbing a top 5 with David Coots, Marvin Coots, and Jim Revis leading off the lead lap. Derek Fedgenhauer finished up behind the wall, was 8 laps in the rear. Big win tonight for the driver of car number 61. Josh Peacock, a terrific run for him. Caleb Ramsey comes basically out of nowhere to finish second, and it is look up a third. Davey Lamont aboard car number 10. We'll try to get these guys all squared away. We'll talk to them live on the post-race show on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. BladeNode.com post-race show coming up next.
User joined your channel.
Hey, there he is. He's going to poke at you. Now back here live in your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network post-race show presented by BladeNode.com. The big winner here tonight with the Max Throttle Motorsports gang, the number 61 of Josh Peacock, Caleb Ramsey in for second, and our third place finisher joining us now aboard car number 10. Got to thank Mr. Davey Lamont for getting a third place finish. And Davey, first of all, I got to thank you for letting us be in the team speak out here tonight with you guys. Terrific third place run. You overcame a lot over 35 laps, man. Tell us about your run.
Yeah, we had a strong car. I felt we could have won the heat race, but made the move way too late, and the bottom ran out, and I had no time and lost a couple spots there. But overcame a lot, got beaten and banging. Saw some guys starting wall rides, so we had to move up there with them to catch up. But overall, good run for us. Thank everybody over at Lamont Graphic Designs, the whole Evil Outlaws, our Motorsports crew, WR1 Sim Chassis, Wheeler Metals, and you guys for coming on board, man. I really appreciate y'all. You do a phenomenal job.
Well, we definitely appreciate that. Tell us about that contact you made. You and your buddy Blinky, you guys were talking some smack before the race, you and Stephen Gregory, and he about smacked you out of the park, man. How much did that hurt your race car? You were involved in quite a bit, but Blinky there gave you quite the shot.
Me and him, they were just good farm running. We came into the conclusion before when green flag dropped that I was running for points. I'm sitting third in points right now, I believe. Probably going to jump up quite a few spots here tonight, and we had it all set in stone. That way, if it come down to it, he wasn't gonna run me too hard coming to the closing laps. But it's just good fun. I raced with him for many months now, almost a year. He's a phenomenal guy. Just hats off, kind of dude.
All right, well, we know that the guys over here with David Coontz, I got to thank him for all of his work here. Max Throttle Motorsports putting together this 5-race challenge series. But for the guys that don't know a lot about you guys and what's going on, I know we're over here. It's an MVRL team speak. Tell us about your team and what you guys do over here, part of your race league and all your racing.
With the MVRL, it's a Mid-South Virtual Racing League. We run Wednesday night. We run a fixed setup dirt street stock race, just kind of a fun. Just fun, get out, guys can beat and bang, swap some paint, and have a good time, no hard feelings. Kind of one of them things where you just come out and race, and beating and banging's allowed, and this is one of them things where if you get wrecked, you get wrecked. But we also have a open setup super late model league on Thursday nights with the MVRL that Michael Redding has been running the whole show. I came on board to help him admin it and taking over here in a little bit, but everyone come check it out. Wednesday night is fixed dirt street stocks. I think there's 5 races left to the chase, and we're gonna make a top 10, crunch down in points and battle it out. And the super late models, it's been a great show, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate this guy having us tonight here. Davey Lamont getting tonight's third place run here on Full Velocity. We'll let him get back to it. We'll see if he can help me get Caleb Ramsey up here in the conversation, as well as Caleb tonight finishing up second here at the Eldora Speedway aboard that familiar car number 13. As we'll see if we can't get communication here with Mr. Ramsey here in a second. So I'm going to rely on my friend Davey's help here to try to move the drivers in and out of the race channels. I can't really do anything on that nature. There we go. We got the driver, car number 13, our good buddy Caleb Ramsey. Good to see you out there tonight, running, brother, and a good second place run. The season about part of there for you to finish up second there, Ben. Tell us about your run.
Yeah, man, I hung around there in third for a long time, and then Jim had some bad luck there at the end, and I was fortunate enough to avoid it and come home with second.
So you had a pretty good view all night long out ahead. You watched guys like Davey try to rip roar back to the field after he got, involved early on. You had guys like Vedkenauer up in front of you, a guy like Jim Revis, who we've seen win a ton of races over the years. You had a pretty good view while those guys racing along, and you just kind of tailed in behind them. I mean, did you learn anything by watching those guys run, or is Eldora just kind of out the window right now as far as the racing goes? Everybody stuck up top, bottom kind of not there. What was it like out there, and how aggravated do you get behind the wheel knowing there's really not much more you can do with your race car?
Well, Eldora is not really a track that's on our normal schedule, so I don't really come here a lot. Plus, it was fixed setup, so I mean, in a way, it was kind of a learning experience because, it's all new, really. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
Well, now that Davey gave me an education, and I finally put two and two together, figuring out MVRL. I know the Mid South Virtual Racing League guys, yourself, and I've kind of finally put two and two together here. Not so bright up here sometimes. We do races here every single night, it feels like. But Caleb, awesome to get you out here on the airwaves once again here live on Full Velocity. I'm going to give you the mic one more time. Any friends, family, and sponsors out there watching, brother, the floor is all yours. Take it away. Thank you. We'd like to thank.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank all my teammates at Bulletproof Motorsports for everything they do. Thank Eichstedt Raps. He always has my car looking good. Thank you guys for putting on a hell of a broadcast all the time. And I'd just like to thank all my buddies out there watching, and my fiance especially.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. Great to see him out here tonight aboard that familiar number 13, Caleb Ramsey, finishing up second tonight here in Eldora. So, talk to Casey. We have talked to Davey in third, and there's only one more driver left to talk to tonight on the post-race show, as that will be car number 61. Josh Peacock finds himself once again in victory lane, and this time we find the 61 out in a different league, in a different series, but a familiar story. Josh, terrific run here for you tonight in Eldora, a place we don't usually see you guys run off a lot. Tell us about your run and how much you liked it or disliked this racetrack.
Yeah, this racetrack's definitely not one of my favorite, but I'm learning more and more how to run it each time I'm here.
So I'm going to guess that you're a guy like myself who was just dying for iRacing, all this anticipation, the talk, the hype it's been about this Fairbury Speedway coming out here in a couple of weeks. Hopefully the technology I learned in developing that track will, come over to a place like Eldora, because when this track first came out, when dirt was first released, this place was, I think, far and away the best racetrack. For whatever reason, the racing group has completely went away. I'm sure you're a guy like myself who was just preaching and cheering for this track to come back because it's one of the greatest racetracks in the country. You should get excited to come out here, but, instead you guys are up there running against the wall. I mean, that doesn't look like it's too great.
Yes, it's definitely unfortunate how this track goes so one lane so early. But I've always said if they do Fairbury right, then what they use to set that track up could fix a lot of the tracks on iRacing, and that would definitely make it a better place.
I agree, and I hope to God they get it right, because that Fairbury track looks to be completely awesome. But Josh, man, it is so good to talk to you once again. We usually do this on Sunday or Wednesday night over at DWR. We do it out here live on a Friday night with the Max Throttle Motorsports gang. I'm going to give you the floor one more time. I know how how this gig works. The Victory Lane is our big winner. Take the floor away, and I'd like to thank you out here.
First off, I thank all the guys at Max Auto Motorsports putting this little series together, giving us something else to come out and run. I want to thank all my teammates at Bulletproof Motorsports. I congratulate Caleb on his second place run there. And I hate the misfortune for Jim on the last lap. We was having a fairly good race right there at the end. I was wanting to see how it's going to come down to the finish. But also I thank all my friends and family and support me in racing.
All right, well, this guy right here, class act all the way around, picks up another win for the Bulletproof Motorsports team. Driver of car number 61, Josh Peacock, picking up the win here tonight. Josh, I'll let you leave the channel at your leisure because I don't have the ability to move you guys in and out. So there you go. So it'll move out of there. We'll let us close up. That'll do it here tonight live on the Full Velocity Racing Network for a Friday night. Glad you guys all tuned in to enjoy the ride here this evening. We'll be back this coming Sunday night with our normal doubleheader over at DWR. Eichstadt Rap CMP Modified Series, Sunday Shootout Street Stock Series invades the Lima Land Motorsports Park this coming Sunday night. That is going to be a lot of fun. So got to thank those guys. Got to thank the gang over here. Max Throttle Motorsports, David Coots, all the guys. Got to thank Davey Lamont for his help and his hospitality over here at the Mid-South Virtual Racing League TeamSpeak. For all of us here at the network, got to thank our sponsors once again. Got to thank Hanover Record Service, iRacing, iFlag, Voyles Trucking, BladeNode.com, South Texas Speedway, Montstar Productions, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, Evil One Graphics, and Full Throttle with the Gent. For all the Stupid Fresh Graphics guys and all the gang over here, for Jack Truman, Todd Stanton, Ron Piles, Martin Karch, everybody else here behind the scenes of the Full Velocity Racing Network. Phil LeCask going to sign off. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Be safe out there. We'll see you back here live Sunday night on your source for esports racing.